Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to master Part 1 of the IELTS speaking test and show you how to take your answers from just okay to absolutely brilliant.
Okay, picture this. You're in the exam, the examiner asks you a question, and your mind just goes blank. Sound familiar? Does a short, kind of simple answer just pop out before you can even think about it? You know, something like this. And look, it's direct, it's not wrong, but it's choppy, right? It doesn't really show the examiner the full range of what you can do in English.
Okay, but what if you could turn that simple little statement into something that really makes the examiner sit up and listen?
Yeah, this is what we're aiming for. An answer that isn't just correct, but it's also detailed, fluent, and packed with really sophisticated language. It basically tells a little story.
All right, let's get into it. The first big jump we need to make is building that solid Band 7 foundation. This is where you stop just answering the question and you start actually communicating.
So here's the absolute key. You've got to stop thinking in these short, separate sentences. Just look at the example here. Instead of 3 little facts, we're connecting them. Even a super simple phrase like "in addition" creates this beautiful, logical flow. It just sounds so much more natural, so much more advanced.
Okay, now for a really clever trick. This is one of those things that separates the good speakers from the great ones. It's all about adding a little bit of nuance to what you're saying.
And this idea has a name. It's called hedging. Basically, it's just a way of softening your language. It makes you sound more thoughtful, more academic, and honestly, more accurate. Because let's face it, almost nothing in life is 100% certain.
And check this out. This shows the difference perfectly. I mean, can you really prove that everyone hates traffic? Probably not, right? But saying something like, "it seems that most people," now that's a claim that's way more credible, way more sophisticated. Same thing with "the best" versus "typically." It just shows you've actually thought about your answer.
All right, so you've got your Band 7 foundation. Now let's kick it up a notch and see how to unlock that Band 9. If Band 7 is all about being clear and connected, Band 9, well, that's about being compelling and super precise.
And getting that Band 9 score really boils down to these 3 pillars. 1, you have to elaborate. Don't just give an answer. Explain the why behind it. 2, ground your answer in the real world with specific local details. And 3, use vocabulary that isn't just correct, but is the perfect word for the moment.
Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this all works in the real world. We're going to take a classic opening question and just completely deconstruct a Band 9 response. So the examiner asks, "Where are you from?" Super simple question, right? A Band 6 answer might just be, "I'm from Ho Chi Minh City." And that's it. But a Band 9 answer, it does so much more.
Okay, so listen to this full Band 9 answer. Well, technically, I was born and raised here in Ho Chi Minh City. But in Vietnamese culture, when people ask about your hometown, they often refer to your father's birthplace. By that definition, my hometown would be Bến Tre, a province in the Mekong Delta known for its coconuts and rivers. See? That's not just an answer, that's a whole mini-story. It's personal, it's informative, and it's just packed with high-level language and cultural insight. Let's break down exactly why it's so good.
Okay, first off, did you catch how it starts? It doesn't just jump into a simple fact. It begins with, well, technically, and then goes on to explain a really interesting cultural detail. That right there is sophisticated elaboration in action.
And this is the real magic right here, the local context. The speaker doesn't just say a province down south. No, they name the specific place, Bến Tre. And then they add that amazing, memorable detail about coconuts and rivers. That's what makes the answer feel so real, so authentic. It proves you have a deep and flexible vocabulary.
So, the big question is, how can you start doing this? Let's pull this all together and recap the entire strategy into a simple toolkit you can use to start building your own amazing answers. This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? You start by connecting your ideas to lock in that Band 7. Then, to climb to a 9, you take those connected ideas and you elevate them with rich details, specific local context, and really powerful natural vocabulary. Like criminally expensive. So good.
And speaking of vocabulary, here are just a few examples of what we mean by top-tier language. These aren't just words to memorize from a list. They're phrases you learn to use naturally. I mean, saying you're a sucker for something is just so much more expressive than saying you like it. This is the kind of language that makes an examiner really sit up and pay attention.
You know, at the end of the day, everything we've talked about here, it's about so much more than just passing a test. Learning to elaborate, to add real context, and to use precise and interesting language, that makes you a more powerful and compelling communicator in any situation. So the real question to leave you with is this: how are you going to use these tools to tell your story?